Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day, good tomorrow, good yesterday, good. What does the word good even mean? Can't wait to get to that word in the dictionary. What does good mean? Well, you're just doing good, you know? Like you have a positive attitude. What does it mean to be positive? Yeah, it means to be joyful. What does it mean to be joyful? What does it mean to get deep down to these emotions that we've been talking about? And what exactly is the polar opposite? What is it that you're feeling? Does it come down to the chemicals that are released inside your brain? Or what is it? Anyways, today's word of the day. Let's see. Whoa. It is referendum. Referendum. It's a noun. And the plural version is referendums. Or referenda. This has two definitions. One, the submission of a proposed... Oh, hold on, pause. The submission of a proposed public measure or actual... Is it statute? statute. A statute to a direct popular vote. Yo, I might be... low-key, that's why we read this. Or two, such a vote. Hold on, I need to figure out how to pronounce the other word. I think it's statue. Because it's not stature. Let me go ahead and ask the right... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's yeah.
Statute.
Statute. Statute. Alright, let me reread that again. Again, the word is referendum. ¿Qué pasó? What does it say? I say mean, hateful, accurate things. I think I will cause problems on purpose. I love life. Have a good day at school. See ya. You can only live behind an enigma for so long. It's like them discovering who the person who invented Bitcoin was, and they're just not openly admitted. They don't want to come up and admit it yet, and that's okay. You know, that's totally fine. Even the Zodiac Killer was discovered, I think. But yeah, referendum, referendums, referenda. It is the submission of a proposed public measure of actual statute to a direct popular vote. Such a vote. Referendum. Alrighty. That one took a little bit longer today, but that's because we want to... Who's we? I'm gonna be honest with myself. I say we, but like the last 5 of these have had 0 views. But I'll say we because I am very much hopeful that people will come back in time and watch these, or at least one person will come across it. And I remember reading that it's not about having, you know, hundreds of thousands of people watch your video and be on with their day, but rather to have even just a single person watch your video and it be so impactful that it's carried with them a little bit more in their life. It's to create content like that. And it's not every single thing is gonna be that level of impactful. I'm not striving for that. I can't take it that serious. Because at the same time, if I took it that serious and I worked that hard, I've seen on social media that level of hustle and demand, we respect it. But people go and talk about how they wish they didn't work so hard. They wish they didn't do as hard of work, and they actually gave up some things just to spend time with people, because it's those moments that really determine a lot. What, she's already up? Talk about rising early. That's crazy. Well, yeah, so that's why I allow each of these videos to be piecewise. Like the previous one, I am typing on a notepad. I was like, okay, I'm gonna edit this, and it was actually, instead of it just being a still image, I opened up MS Paint and I opened up LaTeX, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and start reflecting, start doing some critical thinking on how I want to go ahead and create my content. Yeah, 100% something related to artwork, and 100% with doing some form of captions and words that get people hooked. I like personally reading when the words come on screen. Yeah, people are like, oh, you have to watch this thing with captions. And it's not that solely, but it's rather, it makes such an impact when you see words on there. And I believe that's because of the type of media that I've consumed for so long. I watch these like motivational videos. I'd walk home after in high school, and I would listen to Matthew McConaughey. I think that's how you say his name. I think he was talking about life, and it was, or like 7 rules, something like that. It was some speech, and hold on. And I'm at a stoplight, guys. Pause. Don't worry. And sorry, I'm busy saying. And some other podcasts, dude. There's one, man. If it was on SoundCloud, I would listen to this stuff on SoundCloud. I was listening to all these motivational stuff from all of these different people in their lifetime, telling you to get at it. You know, like one day you're gonna wake up and you're not gonna want to be a loser anymore. You're not gonna want to feel like that person that's, and that has played a large part in a lot of the success that my life has had so far. And it's not grand success. You don't have to be successful. You don't have to be a millionaire. That's one form of success. And when I take copium, hell, I did academic research that was absolutely fun, and I believe very successful for my own personal development, to understand and do self-validation. No longer this external validation where everybody would go about my life saying, oh, you're so smart, you're so smart, you're so smart. And in my mind, it was always very much, continue to do it enough and it becomes so present inside your mind that when it comes to go ahead and take the exam, you remember a decent amount of it. So it was more this idea of like memorization. More or less, the teacher would be like, okay, and this one's gonna be on there, and you're like, okay. And like that's really what most of the exams are. And so to do academic research to me was to, hey, we're stepping into the unknown. You're gonna have to figure this stuff out. You can't. There's no one else that's doing this work but you. This project, sure, we're gonna meet together and we're gonna reflect, and this is to steer you in the direction of development and to improve your mind and ask these questions where you might not know the answer. and that's okay. We hope that asking these questions goes ahead and reminds you to keep a very open mind and not keep yourself too narrow. And it was great. It allowed me to go ahead and push the boundaries of my own knowledge and what I am willing to go ahead and accept and learn that I am not. I knew I wasn't the smartest person in the world. You see these videos where kids they're at the spelling bee and I'm just like, dog, I don't even know if the I becomes before E or the E comes before I in protein. Like, I'm cooked when it comes to that, you know. And can you blame a person because believe has it the other way, but protein, you get what I mean? Like, it's just so interesting. It's grand. I'm also noticing there's a lot more cars right now at this time. Like, a hell of a lot more. It's been a very busy day. I have this theory right now where my generation, where we currently sit at, is on the cusp of transitioning in the job market field, where the jobs that existed before that people were able to buy houses with and homes with and everything grand like that, such as like retail, was because the market didn't have that as commonly. And so we're talking about bigger stores, you know, they became like Walmart's blew up around, and Walmart was just like, we're big, we're willing to pay you this decent good amount. And now it becomes where people, man, I feel like we're not buying. There's a lot of Gen Z, they want to say they're buying, but we're not the ones buying. It's a lot of boomers and millennials that are buying items rather than us. We're like we're being cheaper. We're like we're thrifting. Or you want a thrift store? I tell my parents, let's go to a thrift store. They're gonna look at me and like, we're not fucking bums. I was like, oh shit. Oh, okay. You know? Okay, I'm not gonna say it like that. But they're like, I would rather buy this product that's marked up like 10 times what it costs to make it, because this other influencer who's about my age is wearing it. I was like, okay. It's a lot of marketing. And I say this because it's these AI stores, these drop shippers, where they buy these products from foreign countries and then they sell it for like they buy this product, it was made for $3, and they're trying to sell it to you for $35. And you walk into like a Dollar Tree or what's the store called? Five Below? I can't remember what it's called. Not Big Five. I know what Big Five is. That's the sports place. And it's like on the shelf for like $5. You know, they're trying to make $2 on you, and this person drop shipping in a house who doesn't even have inventory is selling it for $35, and it's just wild. It is so wild that's what we're doing. And I keep on asking this question, like, where's all this money coming from? Like, if you're selling something and and everybody's just selling something, like, where are we generating money from? Where is it coming from? not real. It's not real. Like, you're just, man, it doesn't matter. People buy whatever they buy, and if they're not doing the research to realize what it is, that's their fault. I understand. I can't go and save everyone. I'm not gonna go drop shipping items online. That just, to me, is just so, like, that is not what I went to school for. Well, then what'd you go to school for? How much are you making? Okay. Yeah. Man, can you blame a person for wanting to make an impact on this world through some profession? There was a quote I read where it's, if you don't have a large, I think it was, it's not like word for word here. If you don't have a large percentage of the population working like ants for a common goal, we are going nowhere. I very much love ants, actually. Where I was going, okay, pause, what the hell? Okay. In high school, one of the plan was to study biology and study ants. I forgot what the study is. Micronomy? I can't recall. It's sort of this like foreign thing slightly to me now. I was to study ants specifically for the reason that they use chemical scents and chemical trails for pathways. It's just fascinating. And then I opted instead to study chemistry, and I don't know where I was going to go with this. Oh, but like to understand like why ants do what ants do. I can buy an ant farm. I don't know, because if I buy an ant farm with my parents currently, there's ants outside. Actually, I saw like a swarm of them, and I was just sitting there. Actually, let me say it like this: I was outside, and I had bought Swisher Sweets loose leaf, the dark leaf, little cigarellos. They call them cigars, but they're cigarellos. They're not cigars. Cigars are way fatter. I'm not gonna get it. Oh my god, we're getting into the anatomy of cigars. We're not gonna do that right now. Because I wanted to try something different. No, I don't smoke every damn day. No. You do it recreationally. I'm gonna say it like this. Immanuel Kant would smoke a bowl, actually, like a pipe's worth of tobacco each day as he was doing his things. Again, he was in his 40s though. He was partying in his 20s actually, in a small little town right next to the ocean, even though he never visited the ocean. It's actually great. It's so crazy. Anyways, well, because he didn't have social media telling him what the ocean was. We did not understand how large the world is. Like, they didn't know how large it was and is, because they didn't have their high school friends suddenly going, "What's up? We're in Rome this week, and next week we're gonna be in fucking Tokyo." And you're just like, what the fuck? I thought only my town existed, and some like neighboring ones. Like, what point was I making there? Anyways, yeah, recreation, because from time to time, it's fine. Try different things. Do I smoke a cigarello or do I eat Oreos? One is tobacco, and I know what it is. The other one has a bunch of chemical compounds that are all mixed together, where Oreos don't even have milk, and it triggers the same type of chemical reaction inside your mind that some other drug does inside your... Was it crack? Or something? I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, there was a swarm of ants there. And it just reminds me constantly of it. And then you sit there and you read online, you're just like, oh my god, everybody else. But you become ant harvesters and this and that. And that's what we use to fuel the world. And I'm just... There's going to be another common job that appears for a lot of my generation. It might be already appearing right now. I was looking online for something called augmented analyst, using AI in order to assist, well, AI and machine learning. Although, like, it's a language learning model. Anyways, to go ahead and understand data. And so, I have to learn how to... It's not that I have to, but I'm going to learn how to use AI efficiently. I believe a large part of my generation and the jobs to come is going to be focused on training AI, and rather localized AI for businesses. Because there's mass hallucination that's occurring in these language learning models. Because they consume even the information that they put out, and they not because they can discern the difference between it, but rather it's people who are writing blogs and they're just like, okay, here are the main topics, fill in the rest, and then like give it a skim because attention span has apparently gone down, and then they're like, okay, post it now, and then AI sees it, oh, it's LA Times, credible source. Has to be a human, was not written with AI because we didn't put a disclaimer here. And so a lot of things are going to have disclaimers. A lot of legal laws are going to come up with AI to understand this scope. So the jobs don't exist yet, guys. That's my current speculation. And they will exist once this bubble fucking pops. You're like, how are we in a bubble? How are we in a bubble? We have the world's first trillionaire. Big Elon Musk, for a company that is not in everybody's daily life. We have Amazon. Amazon packages are delivered to many people's homes, but they're not a billionaire. It's a $1 trillion company. But the man at the top is not a trillionaire. However, their product is mass consumed. When is it going to burst? What is it going to be? And unfortunately, it's not the common people who decide this. It's not. It's the top 10%, the wealthy people. The common people decided that all the way back in 2008 with all those ninja loans. No income, no jobs, no assets. Here's a loan for a house. Where is this occurring now? Where we are not checking everything. The AI is not. Hey, here's this AI model that I created where we only have statistical data from the last 3 months. We haven't done a full 3-year analysis and breakdown and understand the market that we're hitting, where we're faltering, where we've improved. There's this like, get quick rich. Here's a model, sell it, make your money, bounce. And you could say, well, why don't you just go ahead and jump on the bandwagon? Why don't you just make an AI model doing the same thing that's just a covered up version of just ChatGPT or Cloud or Anthropic or DeepSeek or any of the other large language learning models, and just sell it to some company and just be like, here's big, just invest in this. The quicker you get it, the quicker you lose it. That was something that was said somewhere. This is a 24-minute one. This is long. letting my mind speak. But yeah, the jobs don't exist, guys. So go ahead and hone your craft, whatever it may be, the things that you're passionate about. I'm sitting here trying to hone my own. What am I honing? What is this? Right now, it's my physical health. Understanding my own physical health. I believe I spent a lot of time studying a bit more about nutrition, and I want to understand the human body pretty well. It's been something that's kind of been resonating with me since I was like 14. And I'm not the fittest person. That's just the absolute truth. I'm not. I'm taking fitness to be a serious part of my life now. I can say now, because I've constantly given up on myself. And yeah, I just gotta move forward. I hope to bring a lot of other people eventually who want to go ahead and jump on this fitness journey, especially those of us who are very sedentary. And the people I speak that are very sedentary are other gamers. I spend a lot of time gaming. Even, I don't care if you're bronze, I don't care if you're masters. Between bronze and masters, we're sitting for a lot of time. We sit on games like, hell, if you've been playing League of Legends since 2009 and we are not challenger, gotta ask some questions here. Your game knowledge and your game sense has to be unfathomably well. Anywho, time for me to go work out. And I'm gonna say it like this though too. If you've been playing the game for 10 years and you've actually been having fun all those 10 years, it doesn't matter, because what people say when they reach the top is they've perfected the game so well that it no longer becomes so fun, and it feels more like a job to have to carry their team, because the dopamine only hits when they see the victory screen. Thank you for listening. Mwah.